Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James and I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. However, what I talk about on my channel can really be applied to various areas of life. So before we get into today's topic, remember that when you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are creating your reality in a moment-to-moment basis, contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things around you, and you are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself at a core subconscious foundational level. So if you want to change the treatment that you're receiving, if you want to change the circumstances in your life or elevate your life or achieve things that were once impossible to you, then if you can have the perspective and ability to take a step back from everything and shift your beliefs and your feeling state in a very stable and sustainable way, coupling that with trust and following your joy and doing things that are enjoyable for you, you will see that your reality attracts in the opportunities that you desire, the relationships that you desire, and from that point forward, your ability to sustain or create what it is that you actually want is just contingent on really how well you're able to sustain your own feeling state and whether or not you've actually shifted your beliefs. In today's podcast, I want to talk about confidence, because this is really important just for anything that you're creating in your life. So when it comes to goal achievement, manifestation, whatever you want to call it, the approach that you're going to hear, especially in the mindset community, is that you have to first identify what it is that you want, okay? But once you identify what it is that you want, it's not the obsession over the want or the continued focus on the want that brings it into your experience. It's a step back from the want and asking yourself, what is the version of me that has this? What kind of beliefs do I have? And more importantly, too, how would I feel if that was a part of my experience right now? Okay, and I think some people get a little bit confused with the feeling state, and I've tried to break this down in my content in a way that makes sense. So, like, if I want to have a relationship, or a certain amount of money, or a certain experience, it's going to be very difficult for me to convince myself that those things are here now. But if I can take a step back, adjust my beliefs, and then ask myself, okay, well, if I had that money, I would be feeling secure, I would be feeling stable, I would be feeling opulent, I would be feeling rich, I would be feeling confident. Okay, so what can I do today that elicits those feelings? How can I influence myself with music or content or meditations or doing new activities that elicit these feelings of expansion? And if you can really align to the feeling, you're going to see that it unfolds. And a lot of people get stuck at the want part. So this is not about obsession. Okay, and you'll typically find that when you obsess over something, it really knocks your feeling state out of alignment. Confidence is really what it boils down to, especially when it comes to fully sustaining that feeling state. In my most recent video, I was talking about loving to love and not to gain, and I used an example where I said, does an orgasm really matter? And I've seen some comments of people saying, well, I don't want an open relationship, or I don't want my person to cheat on me. And I think a lot of people misunderstood the point that I was trying to make there. So I say in my content, you're creating your reality in a moment-to-moment basis, contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things that are occurring around you. So with that particular comment that I made where I was saying, does an orgasm really matter? And I'm so confident where I don't feel like I need to control my partner. I can tell them they can go do whatever they want. The intention behind that is that you have a self-concept that no matter what, I am always chosen. No matter what, I am deserving and worthy. So much to the point that I see nothing else as a threat. So much to the point where I can encourage it because I know that you even entertaining that idea is going to repel you from it because I'm so secure within myself that I don't need to force this on you. You're going to be the one that wants to commit to me because of the level of confidence that I have. So if I'm afraid that you're not going to be loyal to me and I'm not confident, then I'm going to feel very insecure and questioning you, and finding my awareness is always feeling threatened and worried, and I'm going to try and force monogamy or a relationship on you, which really is not confident. And it's kind of like the premise of if there's a forbidden fruit, then you're going to see that there's an affinity to want it because it's forbidden. And I'm not talking about this in the long-term effects of a relationship. So when I made that comment, that was strictly at the beginning formative stages, okay? Obviously, once you're in a relationship and the commitment is there, you're not going to tell your partner, yeah, go sleep with whoever you want. So I think people need to take context that a lot of my content is geared to helping you in the moment, and you have to have the level of awareness to see, how can I apply this? How does this actually work for me? Now, there are things that you can do to repair your relationship too, right? So if you're going through a rough patch, then confidence is really what it takes. So if I'm so confident and I'm feeling extremely stable and secure and knowing and trusting that, yeah, everything's going to be good, then I'm going to find that I don't need to try to control anything. There's going to be a huge detachment from outcomes because I'm already feeling fulfilled. And this is the key thing that people need to realize. What mindset work really means is that you have to feel it before it shows up. And a lot of people, even if they don't know manifesting, are already doing this on an unconscious level. Somebody that doesn't have negative relationship patterns, they already feel confident in their connections, so they're able to effortlessly materialize them. Now, if you haven't had the best relationship history, then it's going to be an augmentation, a new way of thinking, a new way of being that needs to occur. When it comes down to sustainably creating these results, you have to really see nothing as a threat and recognize that the only thing you're nurturing is your feeling state. This is not about manipulating anybody. This is not about forcing anybody. Free will doesn't even really matter because, for me, I don't really worry about free will because my intentions are pure and I'm confident. I'm confident that I'm going to get what I want. I'm confident that my value is going to be recognized. I'm confident that the ability to be an amazing boyfriend or amazing husband is recognized. I'm confident that with how I show up, I'm showing up as the most attractive, irresistible version of myself, and I'm attracting the most attractive, irresistible version of my partner. It's a very balanced approach. So when you're actually living through confidence, the only thing that you're nurturing is your feeling state, you guys. It is the feeling state that is creating. And so there's no way you can nurture your feeling state and try and control or manipulate your physical reality. That's why there has to be a level of detachment and actually focusing on different things you can do throughout your day that sustain the feeling. And as you're doing those things, you're trusting that you're going to get what you want. It should be an enjoyable, expansive, confident building experience. And if it is not enjoyable, expansive, and helping you feel confident, then your approach is off. And I don't want to say that in a bad way, but you do need to make sure you're taking the right approach. The approach is everything. So if I'm feeling like crap and I'm really anxious and I'm really worried and I really, really want this thing to occur, then my actual feeling state is in lack. So you can let things go. You don't have to sit here holding on for hope or like praying every single day that you're going to get what you want. It's not the prayers or the visualizations necessarily that cause it to manifest. It's the actual feeling state that you're dominantly existing in. So if you can generally align to that happy, loving, expansive, confident feeling state by any means necessary, and then expect to get what you want, you're going to see it unfold. Okay? So the main thing here is, above all else, confidence is what manifests. And confidence means that I don't need to worry or try to manipulate or control anything. I can completely let this go and know that I'm going to get what I want because I'm recognized, I'm valuable, I'm lovable, I'm loving, I'm stable, I'm mature, I'm irreplaceable, just like how the other people in my reality are irreplaceable. There's nothing to worry about. It's done. And that comes from the previous teachings that I've had on my channel. You know, all of these, your interpersonal relationships are here for enjoyment. And if you're not feeling enjoyable or confident or stable or secure or knowing, then how are you going to get the result that you desire? If I'm always dependent on people or things showing up around me in order to feel confident and secure within myself, I'm never going to feel confident or secure. And what I feel creates. So if I'm clearly feeling not confident, not sexy, not secure within myself, do you think that's going to attract or repel? And that's where you have to really take a step back and see there's literally nobody to change but you. You are what manifests and creates your life. Things can absolutely change. There's no limitation for what you can create in your life. But if you're so focused on everything outside of you, you're not actually aligning in your feeling state. That's all you need to do. Change your self-concept at night. Create a structure for your day that actually aligns your feeling state by whatever means necessary, and trust. So I hope you gained some perspective shifts from this podcast. I've definitely been in moments where I've gone through this process and I haven't seen any movement in my reality, and I had to really let go of the attachment and just purely focus on my feeling state. And the moment I did, it manifested. So sometimes we get in our own way, and I think an element of that is just doubting in your ability to achieve what you want. And I think that's a common thing that a lot of people struggle with, because it's like, okay, well, I have to trust, and I'm hearing this online and I'm seeing other people's success stories, but I don't know if it's possible for me. And I understand that, and I think a lot of people are afraid of manifestation and mindset because they think it's a gimmick, or they think like, I don't know, maybe that's just coincidence. But the more you practice this and the more you hone in on your feeling state and shifting yourself, you're going to see evidences of this working in your life that are too coincidental to be a coincidence. And so if your main thing is that you're feeling like this is just a gimmick, it's not going to work, but you're trying to convince yourself it will work so that you can get what you want, that approach is still a little bit off. You need to be doing this purely for you. Purely for you to live in that feeling state, because you know when you're in that feeling state, just self-sustain there, it is going to produce a result, but you're not attached to the result. I know it sounds a little bit backwards, but it's about augmenting your feelings, and you're going to know where you actually are. So if you're doing things to just manipulate your feelings for a result, it's going to feel very anxious and lacking. It has to be a very solid landing in that feeling state that is sustained, because one, you deserve to feel that way. You deserve to feel confident, loved, desired, chosen, secure, sexy, wanted, okay? And two, you know that living and feeling this way is going to attract and create the life that you desire. And the bonus to that includes anybody that you want in your life. That includes the people and the things, but more importantly, you deserve to feel this way and have this life. It's for you. The byproduct is that you can choose who you want in your experience, which all comes down to confidence. So if I'm really confident and I'm aligned to this feeling state, then I don't need to control or manipulate, and I can just pleasantly expect. So I hope you all have a lovely day. I love you all so much. If it does not feel good, do not do it. You can drop things, you can completely let them go, you can stop thinking about them, and it'll still manifest. It's not about obsession, it's an alignment in your feeling state. So just make sure the approach that you're taking feels good.